Welcome to the Veterans Voice, where we highlight programs and services that support our veterans. I'm Tim Stroud. Facing physical or emotional challenges can be isolating and discouraging, and this can impact the quality of life for the whole family. Ashley Nichols, she's a program director or coordinator for adult services at Easter Seals of Greater Houston, and she's here to give us an overview of the options available to help. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me be here.
Yeah, well, you got it. Tell us a little bit about it, because when you hear adult services, that's a broad blanket thrown over a program. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so our adult services we really have a program that's Mondays and Wednesdays. And that's going to be for adults over 18 years old. And that's more of just like a social group where we meet and play games, hang out, do crafts, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we also have other services that we do that aren't on Mondays and Wednesdays, but more of just one-on-one time, like me working with individuals one-on-one or in group social settings. But those are scheduled throughout the week whenever people are available.
In your department, you work with the veterans?
Yeah.
But during the break, we were talking about a specific story that people need to hear. Would you go ahead and share that?
Yeah, sure. So within Easter Seals, we work with not only veterans, but their whole families.
Okay.
So we have veterans who are, as an example, I work with a family right now. The veteran is the father, and the father and his wife are in marriage counseling. Okay. And that's downstairs with our psychology team, but I'm upstairs working in our recreation services with their kids. So we're working on things like hygiene and nutrition and just playing fun games, creating social skills and that kind of stuff.
Something that most people don't think about. So say they're a student, and most veterans are non-traditional students. Okay. They come out and they're going through class, they're still working. They go home to that environment and they're having that rough patch. Sure. And so you're able to help them through that, but also help the kids with those different programs? Yeah,
absolutely. I just feel like veterans, their experience is so different from other people. And so it's really nice to be able to get kids together that are in two different veterans families, get them together and have a social experience, but then also working on one-on-one with that kid, working on exactly what they're like, whatever they need. What's cool about Easter Seals is that we get to work with people on what they need to focus on. So if that's being independent or finding self-determination or figuring out how to be autonomous in Houston or anything like that, I get to work with them on that specifically. So it's kind of broad, but it's all based on what that person needs.
Okay, so the program's not just for aging adults?
No, it's not for aging adults. It's geared towards individuals like veterans or adults, but I also get to work with their entire family. Okay. So working with their family also it helps them too, because it's not just them, it's their whole family and it's their whole family dynamic. So. Okay,
do you have any special programs that are coming up on the calendar besides the day-to-day that you were talking about?
So within Easter Seals, we have in the spring coming up, we're going to have a family camp for veterans. Okay. That you can find out more online on our website. But everything that I do for our recreation services and our adult programs is basically one-on-one. So if you want to call me up and we can schedule a one-on-one time, and that's whenever you're available and I'm available.
That sounds great. I know they also have the Walk With Me program that's also going to be in the spring. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
And after the break, we're going to learn how mind and body can work together for a greater sense of peace.
HCC. So many careers, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
We have academic programs that help students get from high school into a university. And the data is very clear that students that take the path of a community college finish in far higher numbers than students that start straight into a university experience. Our students can achieve a baccalaureate degree in multiple fields from the universities in the area without ever leaving Houston Community College.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe.
Every day, we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good,
others not so much.
But that's life.
It's when something doesn't seem quite right
that it's time to pay attention.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Welcome back to the Veterans Voice. Everyday life can be stressful in the best of times, but when you're facing adversity or working to improve your life, the physical and mental effects of stress can just add to the challenge. But there are ways to manage that. With me today is Miss Charlene Fox from Easter Seals. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tim. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Welcome to the show. If you would tell our viewers a little bit more about your mind and body experience, that'll help them out.
Okay, great. Well, I am the facilitator for the Mind-Body program that we've created under the umbrella of Easter Seals, Greater Houston. And what Mind-Body is all about is learning ways to use skills that you already have, like breathing, to help support you in reducing stress, which has been connected to high blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, sleeplessness. And so none of us enjoy having those kinds of experiences. And so with the Mind-Body Skills Group, those usually last 6 to 8 weeks. So we ask that people have a commitment to sticking with the program. That's where the benefits result. And so we make it fun. It can also be very poignant in people's experience. They learn things about themselves, and because we do it in a group setting, they also learn from one another.
So it's not just, I'm going to get a free massage, show up, and here it is?
Absolutely not, because that's not what we're doing.
Perfect. Well, some people hear that and they were like, ooh, I'll need a free massage, but you do so much more than that.
Well, it's not massage. It's a therapeutic model, but it's not therapy. And so we're in a circle and we're talking and we're practicing different skills. We learn how to breathe, for instance. So we're all walking around with this natural ability to keep ourselves alive with our God-given breath, but many of us hold our breath without even knowing it. So we learn how to breathe. And we learned that just taking 3 long, deep breaths in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, closing the eyes, and just allow yourself to be relaxed has an amazing result on the physiology of the body and the brain. So that's one really simple thing.
Ooh, I love that. And I'll jump in there because recently I was re-exposed to yoga, and I kept a promise to one of my buddies, Mike Nash, and myself, to put yoga into my weekly routine. So 3 times a week, I do that alongside with my workout, and it's increased flexibility, but the breathing. That was the toughest thing for me because I think I was holding my breath.
Right. Well, that happens with a lot of people, but it's an easy habit to break. I'm talking about holding the breath. And so it really just takes some mindfulness. So we learn about mindfulness as well. During this 6-8 weeks. We actually use drawing to help bring up some things that people need or want to talk about. Today I led a group and we did an exercise around mindful eating. So most of us are just waiting for the next bite. I mean, right? So it's like, hey, that piece of cake was really good. I can't wait to get another one in my mouth. So we actually focused on, you know, the texture, the taste, the thickness, the juiciness, you know, all these things that are usually not even thought of because we're eating on the run. And so people leave relaxed. People feel a lot better when it's all over.
I love it. Thank you for joining us on the Veterans Voice. And after the break, we're going to find out how veterans plan for the next career with help from HCC.
HCC. So many locations. So little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
I don't know an industry today that doesn't rely on some amount of coding to run their business. coding is the 21st century equivalent of the English language. And our particular flavor of this is the iOS Coding and Design School. And Apple's been very supportive and in fact joined with us to roll out the start of this Swift programming initiative. So it's a great opportunity to combine creativity with science and technology, contributing to this app economy.
I tried Oxy at a couple of parties. I thought I had it under control. I didn't know it'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to the Veterans Voice. Houston Community College offers a wide range of resources to the veterans and their families, including advice on career development. James Mabel, Director of Career and Job Placement Services, is here to tell us all about it. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Tim.
All right. Being a devil dog and transitioning out of the military, you attacked the civilian community and just jumped in with 20% more than you did while you were wearing the uniform, right?
Yes, it was quite a transition for me. I did transition in the 1990s. The job market was really great then and just as good as it is right now. But I was not as informed of the resources and services that were available for veterans. So that has really impacted me in my professional career now.
Gotcha. And things have changed since the 1990s.
Yes, considerably.
Technology leapfrogs forward on a rate that we didn't foresee. And so oftentimes veterans think they have to go get a 4 or 6 year college program to move forward. And that's simply not true, right?
No, at Houston Community College, we have our stackable credentials.
Okay.
You can get a certificate here within 1 semester. Certificate level 1, as a matter of fact, in any program here that's focused on a workforce program and a skill set. We also have certificate level 2 that you can finish within a year, and of course we have our associate degrees. So what you're doing is basically getting more experience in the classroom in a specific skill set.
Okay, what are some of those programs?
So for example, within our construction management technology program, you could become a helper. But within construction, there's drafting. So you could become a helper and gain entry-level skills on a field or in a construction environment, and then move on to become a drafter and gain that skill set, and then finish with an associate's degree in construction management technology.
All right. It sounds like you're also preparing the veteran for their interview process and tons of things along the way. What do employers look for in our veterans when they re-enter that workforce?
I think employers really love that veterans first are mature, disciplined, have experience working in a very focused environment. So they like to hire veterans specifically for that. For example, a lot of oil and gas companies really like the idea of hiring veterans because sometimes in certain roles, there's specific schedules, and the schedules stay on for weeks at a time and then they change. And when you're in the military, you're used to that type of work schedule where you may have, 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off, and veterans are very, very familiar with that type of environment. And so companies are attracted to that, and they want to hire veterans to have them work in certain roles for that purpose.
And being a veteran, you know it's right time, right place, right uniform, right attitude. Speaking of which, you have a program coming up for veterans very quickly. You got a job fair coming up?
Yes, we're partnering with our Office for Veteran and Military Affiliated Student Success to offer a Veterans and Career Fair Expo to veterans here at HCC and in the community. We want to foster veterans learning about community-based resources, as well as companies that are wanting to hire veterans, and that's coming up on November 7th.
Ooh, that is exciting. If you'd like more information on any of the organizations and services that you've seen on the program today, visit our website. It's going to be posted right there. And for everyone here at HCC TV and everyone at Easter Seals of Greater Houston, thank you for joining us on the Veterans Voice.